Government releases the revised guidelines for Lockdown 2.0 to be implemented from April 20th. Limited activity permitted in select areas including agriculture. Cabinet Secretary to constantly monitor the situation with state chief secretaries. All rail, air and road transport along with metro services to remain suspended. Cinema halls, sport activities and religious places to remain closed for public. From April 20th, limited activities to be permitted in select areas including health, agriculture and horticulture. Mandis too allowed to remain functional. Number of active COVID positive cases in the country near 10,000, around 1,300 recover while the death toll stands at 377. Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh continue to register maximum COVID-19 fatalities. Maharashtra sees 300 more corona positive cases in a single day. Death toll at 178. In Madhya Pradesh, the death toll reaches 53. In a major relief to the stranded professionals in the United States, Department of Homeland announces relaxation in visa rules. Now, the professionals and tourists can apply for 8-month extension of visa. And as the global corona positive cases reaches 2 million, US remains the worst affected with the death toll mounting to 26,000 and 2,228 deaths in a single day. US President Donald Trump announces withdrawal of funding to the World Health Organization, accusing the WHO is responsible for hiding the ferocity of the pandemic. Welcome to English News. I am Anil Thomas. Now for the stories in detail. The Ministry of Home Affairs has issued revised guidelines to effectively implement the Lockdown 2.0 as announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday. The guidelines have prohibited interstate, inter-district movement of people. Metro bus services continue to be prohibited and all places of worship and religious gatherings have been strictly prohibited till May 3rd. Let's now take a look at something further. Interstate district movement of people, metro bus service continue to remain prohibited. Mandatory homemade face covers at workplaces and also in public places. It's mandatory. Now you need to cover your faces at these places. Mandatory homemade face covers, as we mentioned. Strong hygiene and healthcare measures to be taken, like provision of sanitizers. All agricultural activities permitted. All Ayush hospitals to be functional. Very strong containment measures will be implemented in hotspot districts. In these zones, no unchecked inward-outward movement of population or people will be allowed. Detailed guidelines on the containment zones, containment measures also issued. Only essential services will be permitted in these zones. Transportation of goods will be permitted. All farming operations allowed to be functional. Strong hygiene and healthcare measures to be taken, like provision of sanitizers, thermal screening, imposing fines on people for spitting anywhere. RBI, banks, ATMs, markets as notified by SEBI, insurance companies functional. E-commerce operations of IT-enabled services, data call centers for government permitted. All health services and social sector public utilities permitted. Important offices of central and state governments and local bodies to remain open and functional. Workspaces to conduct screening of all employee, maintain gap of 1 hour between shifts. Manrega works allowed with strict implementation of social distance and use of face cover. Self-employed electricians, plumbers, motor mechanics, carpenters allowed after April 20th. Highway dhabas, truck repairing shops, government call centers to open from the 20th of April. Meanwhile, the total number of active COVID-19 cases across the country has gone up to 9,756. The death toll stands at 377, while 1,305 people have been cured and discharged from hospitals. One person has migrated. Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh continue to register the maximum COVID-19 fatalities. With COVID-19 tightening its grip on the country, Maharashtra seizes 300 more corona-positive cases in a single day, making or taking the total number of cases in the state to 2,687. The death toll stands at 178, which is followed by Madhya Pradesh, where the death toll has reached 53, with the total number of cases mounting to 730. Meghalaya's first COVID-19 patient passed away this morning. The news was confirmed by the Chief Minister Conrad Sangma on his Twitter account. The Chief Minister further tweeted, of the 68 tests so far, 6 have come out positive, who are all family members and helpers of the first COVID-19 positive cases. 6 other cases are being retested. He said all the rest of the cases are negative. In Gujarat, Congress MLA Imran Khedawala has tested positive for COVID-19. Earlier on Tuesday morning, the MLA from the Khadia Jamalpur seat of Ahmedabad, along with some other Congress MLAs, was present in a meeting with Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani, which was held at the Chief Minister's official residence in Gandhinagar. The meeting was also attended by the top brass of the Gujarat government that included the state's Deputy Chief Minister, Home Minister, Principal Secretary of Health in the state, as well as the Ahmedabad Police Commissioner and Municipal Commissioner. After the meeting at the Chief Minister's house, Khedawala also held a press conference which was attended by many journalists. The presser was held in the Gujarat Secretariat's Narmada Hall, which is used for all official press briefings. At Delhi's Najafgarh police station, you see an unusual sight these days. Women police personnel can be seen in the non-policing acts of cutting and sewing pieces of cloth on a machine. The women are stitching face masks to be given free to those who can't afford to buy one. Najafgarh police station is also providing food to 5,000 people every day. Here's a report. Let's take a look.
During the lockdown, Delhi police has been at the forefront in making sure that the law and order situation is maintained. But their work is not just to maintain that. They have also taken up the humanitarian work also. And I am right now at the Najafgarh police station, where the team of Najafgarh police station workforce are working on day and night to make handmade masks. The masks which Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also spoken a lot about. And I've got with me the essay.
सर हमारा जो ड्यूटी टाइमिंग होता है उसके अलावा हम 2 घंटे एक्स्ट्रा निकाल के ये अपना एक समाज सेवा के तौर पे अपना काम कर रहे हैं और लगभग डेली के 1500-1600 के लगभग हम लोग मास्क बनाते हैं और अब तक शायद 16-17 हज़ार के लगभग हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर चुके हैं और जब तक ये लॉकडाउन की सिचुएशन रहेगी हम सोच रहे हैं ये काम हम ऐसे ही करते रहेंगे और बहुत जल्दी हम उम्मीद करते हैं इस मुसीबत से हम लोग बाहर आएं.
You can see this. This is the determination of this police personnel. Delhi police is leaving no stone unturned. They are making sure that in this lockdown, they can move that extra step and provide relief to the public. Delhi police has been at the forefront in the fight against the coronavirus menace. They are also providing food.
As you can see, there's a huge line that has been developed. There's a huge line, but they are providing the social distancing also. You can see that their places have been marked here. People are coming here. They have been provided not just food. You can see they have been not just been provided food, but also at the same time the homemade masks that has been there. They are providing that. These homemade masks are provided by the Delhi police themselves. They have been made by Delhi police and the Najafgarh police personnel by themselves. And
सबके अलग-अलग ड्यूटी आवर्स होते हैं, तो जो ड्यूटी फ्री स्टाफ है वो अपना एडजस्ट करता है और उनको हम अलग-अलग काम बता देते हैं, वो अपने हिसाब से उसको मैनेज करते हैं.
teaching them about social distancing, providing them food. 5,000 people for every day are provided food out here. So that's a job, that's a humanitarian job that Delhi police have taken, especially this police station in Najafgarh. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Taposh Bhattacharya, TD India, Delhi.
Moving on, in an attempt to safeguard the dignity and hygiene of poor women in slum areas, an all-women police team of Bhubneshwar have distributed free sanitary napkins and sanitizers to women in the containment zones of the capital city in Odisha. Due to lockdown, most women are unable to go outside to purchase essential commodities like sanitary napkins and sanitizers. Realizing this problem, Lady Corps headed by the Traffic DCP Sagarika Nath have distributed the essential items and have also created awareness about menstrual hygiene among women in slum areas. The Traffic DCP said that people must ensure menstrual hygiene while talking about sanitation and hygiene measures to curb the spread of COVID-19 infections. She also appealed to the people to follow lockdown guidelines and to follow social distancing.
As we are repeatedly talking about hygienic conditions during corona, that we should repeatedly wash our hands, we should use masks, we should use sanitizers. Similarly, menstrual hygiene is a very important part of it all. On behalf of Commissioner Police, with an all-women police team to distribute these sanitary napkins to the needy people. And as you can see, we are propagating the idea of maintaining social distance, of staying in their homes and to ensure the lockdown and to maintain the specific hygienic conditions so as to fight the war against corona.
In the wake of COVID-19 outbreak, entire mankind across the globe is suffering. Enhancing the body's natural defense system or the immunity system plays an important role in maintaining optimum health. Ministry of Ayush has recommended the age-old Ayurveda techniques to help everyone build their immunity and fight against the pandemic. For tapping into the Ayurvedic immunity measures, take Chyawanprash 10 grams or 1 teaspoon in the morning. Diabetics should take sugar-free Chyawanprash that's available in the market. Golden milk, that's half teaspoon of haldi or turmeric powder in 150 ml of hot milk once or twice in a day. Drink herbal tea made from basil, cinnamon, black pepper, dry ginger and raisins once or twice a day. Add jaggery or fresh lemon juice to your taste if needed. Well, a lot of fake news is all over the social media. One such claim is that money transferred to account holders under the PM Garib Kalyan Yojana will be taken back if not withdrawn. The Press Information Bureau of the Government of India, that's the PIB, has called it a rumor and clarified that money will not be taken back from the accounts. Another claim that is doing the rounds in the midst of these difficult circumstances is that the Prime Minister is helping every Indian with 15,000 rupees. To get that, one needs to click on a link and fill that particular form. This claim is absolutely false and the link is fraud. You are well advised to refrain from rumors or fake news. Moving on, in a big relief for thousands of stranded Indian professionals in America due to the coronavirus pandemic, the US government has decided to accept their H-1B visa applications for an extended stay in the country. The H-1B visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows US companies to employ foreign workers in specialty occupations that require theoretical or technical expertise. The US Department of Homeland Security in a new notification has said it recognizes that there are immigration-related challenges as a direct result of the corona pandemic. US President Donald Trump on Tuesday has instructed his administration to at least temporarily halt funding to the World Health Organization over its handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Addressing a news conference, President Trump said that the WHO has failed in its basic duty and it must be held accountable. He said the group had promoted China's disinformation about the virus that likely led to a wider outbreak of the virus than otherwise would have occurred.
Today, I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess the World Health Organization's role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus. The organization's leading sponsor, the United States, has a duty to insist on full accountability.
Meanwhile, the WHO has been appealing for more than $1 billion to fund operations against the pandemic. The UN agency needed more resources than ever as it leads the global response against the disease. Meanwhile, reacting on US decision to halt funding to the WHO, the United Nations said that this is not the time to reduce the resources of WHO. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said now is the time for solidarity to stop the virus and not the time to reduce the resources for the operations of WHO or any other humanitarian organization in the fight against the virus. As the global corona positive cases reach 2 million, US remains the worst affected with the death toll mounting to 26,000 and 2,228 deaths in a single day. At least 25,992 people in the United States have died, the highest amongst any country in the world. A total of 10,842 New York residents have died due to COVID-19, nearly half of the total number across the nation. The largest number of fatalities is still in and around New York City, the most populous US city with about 8.6 million people. The total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the United States has crossed the 6 lakh mark. Meanwhile, France officially registered more than 15,700 deaths from COVID-19 infections on Tuesday, becoming the fourth country to go beyond the threshold after Italy, Spain and the United States. While the rate of increase of fatalities is slightly up again after steadying the days before, but the number of people in intensive care units fell to 6,730 from 6,821 over the past 24 hours, with this total declining for a sixth consecutive day. The national lockdown extended to May 11th to contain the spread of the disease. Deaths from the COVID-19 epidemic in Italy rose by 602 on Tuesday, up from 566 the day before, posting a second consecutive daily increase, but new infection slowed to 2,972 from 3,153, seeing the smallest daily tally since March 13th. The total death toll since the outbreak came to light on Feb 21st rose to 21,067, the Civil Protection Agency said, the second highest in the world after that of the United States. The number of officially confirmed cases climbed to 1,62,488, which is the third highest global tally behind those of the United States and European country Spain. Nepal government meanwhile has decided to extend the nationwide lockdown till April 27th as the infection climbs to 16. The decision was taken at a cabinet meeting held in Kathmandu. This is the third extension since the lockdown was imposed in the Himalayan nation on March 24th. The cabinet has also decided to suspend all commercial international flights till April 30th. Nepal so far has registered 16 cases of COVID-19, out of which 15 are active, whereas the one has recovered. 2 new cases of coronavirus were reported, with the total number of cases going up to 16 in the Himalayan nation as of now. The United Arab Emirates or UAE on Tuesday confirmed 412 new cases of COVID-19 and the recovery of 81 patients so far, according to the Ministry of Health. The total number of cases in UAE now stand at 4,933. Although the number of cases reported daily has been increasing, the country's health ministry said that this was due to increased testing being done in recent weeks, leading to more cases being identified. According to the UAE health authorities, the new cases identified are in a stable condition and are receiving treatment. In Saudi Arabia, 435 new cases have been registered, taking the total number of confirmed cases to 5,369. According to the Saudi Ministry of Health, 8 new coronavirus-related deaths have also been recorded, taking the total fatalities in the kingdom to 73. Jordan, meanwhile, will not allow public worship in mosques during the holy month of Ramadan that begins next week as part of the measures to stem the spread of COVID-19. Jordan Religious Affairs Minister said the evening prayers known as Taraweeh, a main part of the religious observance of the month-long fasting, would be banned. As in other Muslim countries, the authorities have closed mosques and public places of worship as part of a tight lockdown and ban on gatherings to stem the spread of the virus in a country with 319 confirmed cases and 7 deaths being reported. Rio de Janeiro Governor Wilson Witzel tested positive for COVID-19. Rio Governor Witzel announced that after not feeling well in recent days with a fever and sore throat, he requested a test and received the positive result on Tuesday. Witzel visited a hospital later on Tuesday where he was undergoing tests to see if he needed to be hospitalized. Also, a para-governor, Helder Barhallo, has announced he has also tested positive after members of his staff came down with the virus, although he had no symptoms. Both governors called for people of their states to obey home shelter guidelines to avoid spreading of the virus. Brazil has so far reported more than 25,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and the death toll has topped 1,500 in the country. In Brazil, a 99-year-old World War II veteran has was released from hospital with the military honors on Tuesday after recovering from COVID-19. The World War II veteran Armando Pivete became the oldest Brazilian to recover from the coronavirus. Wearing an army cap and saluting from his wheelchair, Pivete left the Armed Forces Hospital in Brasilia to an ovation from medical staff and a soldier's trumpet homage. In United Kingdom, a 99-year-old war veteran has raised more than £2 million for British health workers by attempting to walk the length of his garden 100 times before his 100th birthday later this month. Retired Captain Tom Moore, who had used a walker to move around since breaking his hip, was grateful to the National Health Service or NHS for the treatment he received in the past and wanted to do something in return. Britain's state-funded NHS is under severe strain as it treats the largest number of people suffering from COVID-19. The death toll from COVID-19 in British hospital reached 12,129 as of now. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of news. Remember, you got to stay indoors, you got to stay safe, and you got to be positive in this particular time of lockdown. That's all we have time for. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.